Demi Moore and Tyla graced the cover of Glamour magazine as the 2025 Women of the Year.
So, how did Tyla go from a viral dance challenge to standing under the sparkling chandeliers of the Plaza Hotel, holding Glamour's Global Woman of the Year award? Because that's the kind of glow-up story that doesn't just happen. It's earned, it's lived, and honestly, it's so Tyla. When Tyla walked into the Glamour Awards 2025, all eyes turned. The room literally froze for a second, not because she was loud or flashy, but because she floated in with this calm confidence that said, "Yes, I'm that girl." She wore a vintage Dior gown, cream-toned, draped perfectly, paired with elegant pearls that looked like they were made just for her. The internet basically stopped breathing. Photos went viral before she even sat down. That look alone could have won her an award, but it was the story behind it that really mattered.
There's the other cover star, Tyla, who serves up shape with blunt braided bob and a fringe mini dress that makes me want to move, but I can't move like Tyla.
Now let's rewind for a second. How did this South African pop star get here? A few years ago, Tyla was posting videos online, singing her heart out, experimenting with amapiano beats, and dreaming big then water dropped. And suddenly, she wasn't just another rising artist. She was the face of a sound that crossed continents. That track wasn't just a song. It was a global passport. Glamour didn't just crown her for the music. They crowned her for what she represents. Tyla embodies a shift in global pop culture, where African artistry isn't a side story anymore. It's the main event. And that's why this award hits different. At the Plaza Hotel, where every crystal glimmered and every camera flashed, Tyla accepted the Global Woman of the Year title with this mix of grace and disbelief. You could see her trying not to cry, smiling that soft smile like she was still taking it all in. She said, "This means the world to me." Simple words, but everyone in the room felt them. It wasn't just a win for Tyla, it was a win for South Africa, for every young girl who saw her and thought, if she can do it, maybe I can too. But let's talk about that Dior gown again for a second, because wow, it was vintage, a nod to timeless beauty, and those pearls added just the right touch of classic femininity. It wasn't loud, it wasn't forced, it was elegance in motion. The gown spoke the language of old Hollywood, while Tyla brought the rhythm of Johannesburg. That combination, unstoppable. And here's the thing, Tyla doesn't just look the part, she lives it. She has this rare ability to balance her rising fame with an authentic, grounded energy. In interviews, she laughs easily, she doesn't try too hard, and she talks about her roots like they're her superpower. That's what people connect to. Behind all the glamour, behind the glossy covers and diamond-lit nights, Tyla's story is still one of hustle, the kind that doesn't get enough credit. The late nights in the studio, the endless rehearsals, the pressure to represent her culture the right way. It's not just about looking flawless in Dior, it's about carrying the weight of a global spotlight and doing it with grace. The Global Woman of the Year title isn't just about who had the most hits or the most viral moments. Glamour looks at who shaped conversations, who inspired real change, who stood for something bigger than themselves. And Tyla checked all those boxes effortlessly. Remember how everyone started calling 2024 the year of Tyla? It's true. She dominated award shows, charted internationally, and brought amapiano to stages it had never touched before. But what stood out the most was how she handled it all. No arrogance, no drama, just pure artistry and a soft confidence that makes you root for her even harder. Let's not forget, Glamour has honored some huge names in the past. Icons, trailblazers, world changers. But Tyla's win felt different. It felt like a global nod to the next generation. The world is no longer looking in one direction for talent. It's finally seeing the beauty and brilliance in places it once overlooked. And Tyla's presence at the Plaza Hotel proved that. Here was a South African woman standing tall among Hollywood's biggest stars, wearing pearls instead of diamonds, smiling like she knew she belonged there, because she did. Her look became one of the most talked about moments of the night. Fashion critics called it effortless luxury. Fans said she looked like a modern-day princess. And Tyla? She just said she felt beautiful. That's the kind of humility that makes her so magnetic.
It's inspiring for me as well, knowing that I'm able to touch people and inspire people. You know, it sounds cheesy, but it's like amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Even on stage, when she gave her short speech, she didn't make it about herself. She thanked her team, her fans, and her country. She mentioned how proud she was to see African music reaching every corner of the world. The audience cheered. It was a moment of pride, not just for her, but for an entire continent that had watched her journey from day one. And if we're being real, there's something poetic about her winning at the Plaza Hotel. It's one of New York's most glamorous venues, known for its history, its luxury, its legacy. And there she was, this young woman from Johannesburg, redefining what glamour actually looks like. It wasn't about excess or status. It was about presence, purpose, and authenticity. That's why glamour chose her, because she's not just a trend. She's a symbol of how far African music and fashion have come. Tyla represents the blend of culture and creativity that the world can't ignore anymore. Her fashion choices always tell a story too. Whether it's her performance looks or red carpet moments, there's always a nod to heritage, a subtle detail that reminds people where she's from. And at the Glamour Awards, that vintage Dior gown felt like a love letter to elegance, while the pearls whispered something timeless. She managed to merge global fashion with her natural South African poise. Of course, social media went wild. Within minutes, Tyla Dior gown and Tyla Pearl's fashion were trending. People were breaking down her entire look, from the fabric to the makeup to the hairstylists were calling it the best fashion moment of the year. Even designers started referencing it as an example of how simplicity can steal the show. But what I love most is how Tyla handled the attention. She didn't go on a PR spree or make 10 posts about it. She just shared a quiet photo with a caption that said, "Forever grateful." That's it. It's like she knows her presence already says enough. Now, if you've followed her career, you know Tyla's been consistent about one thing: staying true to herself. She's said multiple times that fame doesn't change who she is. She's still that girl from Joburg who loves her culture, loves her family, and just wants to make music that moves people. And honestly, that's why her success feels so genuine. She's not chasing clout, she's building legacy. When Glamour named her Global Woman of the Year, they weren't just celebrating her achievements, they were acknowledging her impact, the way she's bridged worlds, connected cultures, and redefined what it means to be a global artist. Behind the glamour, Tyla is also quietly strategic. Every move she makes feels intentional. She picks collaborations that highlight her roots. She stays connected to her fan base. She experiments, but never loses her essence. It's a delicate balance, and she does it effortlessly. You know how some artists lose their spark when they go mainstream? Tyla's done the opposite. She's only gotten more powerful. Every performance feels refined, but alive. Every appearance feels thought out yet natural. That's rare. And that's exactly what Glamour wanted to celebrate. The new face of global stardom. Someone who brings elegance and authenticity together in one frame. If you think about it, the Global Woman of the Year award is as much about inspiration as it is about recognition. It honors women who lead with creativity, confidence, and compassion. Tyla's career checks all three boxes. She's creative in her sound, confident in her identity, and compassionate in how she uses her platform. When people see Tyla, they see possibility. They see that you don't have to change yourself to fit the world. You can make the world adjust to you, and that's exactly what she's doing. From Johannesburg to New York, from water to glamour's red carpet, she's proven that talent rooted in culture can move mountains. Even now, after the big win, Tyla's still low-key. She's back in the studio, working on new music, already thinking about what's next, because that's who she is. The glamour might fade after the night, but her purpose keeps glowing. So next time you see her on a stage or a magazine cover, remember this moment. The Plaza Hotel, the vintage Dior gown, the pearls that caught the light, the quiet smile of a young woman who just made history. Because Tyla didn't just win Global Woman of the Year, she reminded the world that real glamour starts within. And honestly, that's the kind of story that deserves all the spotlight.